Alright guys, check it out. This is Ed from Heights of Gaming. Um, just doing a little set review of Photon Shockwave. Just so you know, I do have the guaranteed lowest price on Photon Shockwave. I sell at heightsofgaming.com. I sell the box for $58.50, but let me get to the set review, alright? So here's a card right here, tribute to 15 or 100 higher attack, dark monster, and then you could destroy all special summon monsters and opponent side of the field. With special summons going off more than ever, this is something that I think is pretty cool. It'll also take care of exceed monsters, which is something that not all cards will do. You take a look at something like this next card right here. This card will destroy any level 5 or higher special summon monster, but exceed monsters don't have a level, they have a rank. So this card over here is something that can catch exceeds and is a good tool for maybe a chaos. I summon the Snipe Hunter, and then I start doing all my stuff, and then you try to special summon to counter my stuff, and then I nuke your field. This guy over here, it does banish the target, so it will work against Stardust. So it's pretty cool. It's interesting. It may be something, some type of control deck with Cockroach stopping people summoning the big guys, Thunder King stopping big guys. I think Chaos has some nice little tools here. Here we have Voldars. They're like a new dinosaur subtype that are going to have looks like they have very decent support. They have a lot of things. You look at the way that they design new cards, Fables, TGs, Karakuris. They have the whole entire play design designed already. You don't really need to mix and match different things into there. They already kind of have their own dedicated spells and traps and support monsters that will achieve win conditions fairly rapidly. And Voldars look to be very serious. This guy, when you summon, I believe that he lets you search, so he's like a 1900 beat stick attached to a Rhoda for dinosaurs. Dinosaurs also have a search card that's better than Rhoda, lets you add level 5 or 6 to your hand. And I really think this Voldar thing will be topping or be a serious contender in the meta. Here we have new classes of Exceed monsters, and Photon Shockwave really brings Exceed monsters to a new level of strength. This card, I'm trying to remember exactly what it does. Not that memorable, so maybe it wasn't the best one. But yeah, 4 stars, 2400, decent. This guy right here, you tribute to level, what is it? 2,000 or higher attack monsters, and then all of a sudden this guy just pops up out of nowhere. 3,000 attack, very easy to get 2 level 4 2,000 monsters. You could use Gravekeepers. I use Necro Valley, pump my guys. All of a sudden, bam! All of a sudden, I have a light monster hitting the field. You could use other things. You could use Cyber Dragon, other type, the tricky, and all of a sudden, bam! 3,000 hits the field. You have a light and maybe a wind in your, If I could use other cards, get out Dark Morgue. The game is definitely faster than ever, guys. Ho-Oh, interesting card. It's a 1-sack for Harpy's Feather Duster on your opponent. But in a game where there's 3 MSTs and Heavy Storms running around, I don't think that this card is really going to be contender. But it's just something to note. A lot of people are noticing that Pokédrago looks a lot like Charmander, and this guy looks like another card from Pokemon. Just an interesting tribute to Pokemon on Yu-Gi-Oh's part. Here's you'll see a new class of a whole bunch of monsters. This is level 3 that says you can special summon from your graveyard when it goes to the graveyard. That's incredible. It's kind of like a sinister. Reminds me a lot of Sinister Serpent, but you cannot use him for synchro summoning. So there's a whole new class of cards that cannot be used for synchro summoning. This is really to enable the Exceed mechanic to go off well. It does have to go by battle, I believe, so you can't use like Snake Rain or things like that, but reptiles are getting some new support, which are interesting. Plus he's a light reptile, which is also cool for those chaos decks. This guy is nuts. I think he may be 3 level 4 monsters, so once again you're probably having to use Gravekeeper Spy, maybe special normal summon a level 4 after you flip up your Gravekeeper, and then when he hits the field, then you can discard a card to draw a card. Wow, that's incredible. The draw power with this guy. Also, once he comes to the field, once you remove all his monsters, he doesn't lose the ability to attack or anything like that, so he's still going to be around to attack and defend the 2400 attack. He'll be able to have, drawn a couple cards, accelerate a couple cards to the graveyard, be a glow-up bulb, or more chaos material, this guy's going to be really serious. And I think that, he's definitely worth an inclusion in a lot of decks. I think he's definitely contender. 2400 defense too. He's got really some great stats. They econ him or whatever, he's still running around. This guy over here is also nuts. I think 3 level 3s, maybe 2 level 3s. Not that hard to get out. We're looking at 18, but when you remove his pieces, everybody gains 300 attack on your side of the field. So of course you're going to automatically remove the two. It's 2 monsters, yeah, because he's automatically going to hit 24, and all your monsters get a pump by 300 attack points. That's really good. I think maybe even 600 attack points. It's going to be ridiculous. Here's a new class of monster that requires 3 level 1s to summon. Her effect is okay. You got a bunch of weak guys, and her attack itself is pretty weak. But you're going to see a whole bunch of people running, Agent Venus, popping out those Mystical Shine Balls. There's other cards that are also enabling Mystical Shine Ball combo. And also Machine Duplication for Cyber Valley, stuff like that will also have this just as another option for them. So, yeah, she's also a dark, which makes it interesting. You could get, pop out lights and darks, once again for more chaos madness. This is the first, this is a level 8 light monster. Bunzilla. We haven't seen normal monsters for a long time. I've been drafting sets, and I don't think they've come up with any normal monsters for, honestly, maybe even like 10 sets or more. There have been no normal monsters to speak of. Here we have a level 8 normal monster, a light monster, awesome for going to the graveyard, using with trade-in. And then we have, it's a dragon type, which also has other synergies. And then you'd probably be swinging out Swing of Memories cards, and there's a level 8 Exceed monster. So I think people will be Swing of Memories, Exceed monstering out. They also have 2 Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted is not that great with 3 Mystical Space Typhoons running around in Heavy Storm, but it is something that people will start to look at. Also, you have that whole Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, ridiculous combo, and Future Fusion, stuff like that. There's definitely some serious things going on with this, and this is a really great inclusion. I'm glad to see normal monsters back in the sets. Rescue Rabbit, a complete Gladiator Beast enabler. You can get out 2 Dolls and then go into Isidari, getting a 2500 beat stick to the field, solving a lot of Gladiator Beast problems of really maintaining that that beat stick field control once you get your Isidari to the field. However, with Heavy Storm and 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, Gladiator Beasts will be suffering greatly. They don't really have the protection that they really want to really succeed. This is, once again, those, cannot be used for Synchro Summon. This guy just pops out when you have another level 4. You're going to see all kinds of swarming going on, but the swarm is not that strong. He's only got 1100 attack. They're really trying to enable the whole Exceed mechanic. And, Shatter Pot of Greed. This card is nuts. Pot of Greed on a continuous spell card. You got to wait a couple turns to use it. But, if you don't use it, the advantage of drawing 2 cards is really great. I think that people will not like this card because they cannot get the cards right away. In those 2 turns, you can easily lose the game. All kinds of other nuts things can go off. But in the right kind of stall deck, there's also a mechanic called Storm in a Magic the Gathering, which could be coming to play. There's a card that said, like, when a card activates for every other card that was activated that turn, then these things can go off. So the fact that it doesn't really go off until 2 turns later could enable a future Storm mechanic in Yu-Gi-Oh! And just drawing 2 cards is just too good for a lot of people passive. I think this will be something that people will be looking at. This card over here, that's that Mystical Shine Ball enable that I was telling you about. Special summon 3 level 2 or lower, I believe, normal monsters. So Mystical Shine Balls and Skull Servants will be popping to the field for Exceed summoning or Synchro summoning goodness. And those are some of the cards that I thought were more interesting. I see that I used up almost all my time for this video. Once again, I hope you guys, Heights of Gaming does have the guaranteed lowest price on all booster boxes, and right now we are pre-selling this box at $58.50. Alright, have a good one.